Hey everyone, welcome to this lesson 3 of the Funk Fundamentals course. In today's lesson we'll be learning 3-string triad shapes and an amazing funky song which sounds like this. Alright guys, so my name is Simone from Your Guitar Academy. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to check all the other guitar lessons that we have here on YouTube. And now we are ready to jump into the lesson. So as I said, in today's lesson we'll be learning these triad shapes in order to play 3-string chords. So the triad shape means that you are basically playing only the root, the third and the fifth in each of the chords that we are going to learn. So we are not repeating any of these notes into the chord. And for the sake of this video, we are only going to play a set of strings which includes the B, G and D strings. So the second, third and fourth string. The chord that I'm going to show you now, it's an A major triad, and we are going to play 3 different positions. The first position is this, where you place your ring finger on the root note 7th fret of the D string, your second finger on the 6th fret of the G string, and your first finger on the 5th fret of the B string. If you think about the cage system, if you know the cage system, this is going to be your E shape. From here we are going to move to our second position, which sounds like this. Again, from the cage system, this is taken from the C shape, and we are going to have the root note on the B string 10th fret with our second finger, then the first finger playing the 9th fret of the G string, and the ring finger playing the 11th fret on the D string. And our last position is going to be this one, which is, again, from the cage system, the A shape, and you're going to place your first finger as a mini bar over the 14th fret of the D, G and B strings, like this. Now, if you know something about the theory and the triads, you know that the first position that I showed you was a root position, which means that the root note is going to be the lowest sound that you're going to hear. It's going to be on the bass. While the second position that we said comes from the C shape of the cage, it's going to be the first inversion. So the first inversion means that the note on the bass is the major third in the chord, and the root note is going to be the highest note that you have here. And then in the last position that I was going to show you, we are going to have a second inversion, which means that the fifth is going to be on the bass and the root note is going to be in the middle. So your root note is going to be the 14th fret of the G string here. So these are the 3 positions that we are going to use. It's just very important that you know where the root note is for all of them. So in this way you can follow the chords that I was playing in the example in the song that I just showed you. So the song starts with your first chord, which is a G in first inversion. So you're going to find the G as a higher note, the highest note of the chord on the 8th fret of the B string, like this. So you're gonna find your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string and your first finger on the 7th fret of the G string, like this. Then from here we move to a D major played as a second inversion, so you're going to use your first finger as a bar on the 7th fret of the D, G and B strings. From here we'll move to the A, the first position that I showed you, the root position, with your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, second finger on the 6th of the G string and first finger on the 5th fret B string. And then back to the same D that we played before. So again, a mini bar over the 7th frets of the D, G and B strings. Now, in order to play this, it's very important that you see references between the fingerings that we are going to use. For example, if I move from this G to the second chord, which is an E, I'm clearly going to use my first finger, which is already on the 7th fret when I play the G, in order to play my mini bar and play my D in this way. But then after that I move to A with this shape, and when I come back to D, I feel more comfortable if I just bar the 3rd finger, because the 3rd finger is already on the 7th fret, again when I play the A, so I just play this bar over the 7th frets of the D, G and B strings. But feel free to play the D as you find it more comfortable, so with either your ring finger or your first finger playing a bar over the 7th frets. Now, where do we change these chords? So we are going to count as usual in 16th notes. The first beat we don't play, so we count 1 E and up without playing anything. In the second beat we are going to play 1 downstroke on the G, so 1 E and A, 2 E and A is going to be our first part of the groove. Then we are going to have nothing on 3 and 4 16th notes on the 4th beat for the D. So the first bar altogether is going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. The same rhythm applies to the second bar, where we play the A and the D once more. So it's going to be the second bar only, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. So if I now try the 2 bars together nice and slowly, they're going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. So it's just important that you keep counting always all the 16ths and you keep moving your picking hand all the time with no gaps. Alright, then once that this is comfortable, you are comfortable with this, you can slowly increase the tempo. Don't forget that you can find, if you click in the link in the description below, a full write-up of this lesson, including a backing track and a moving tab where you'll see myself playing these tracks, and you can also slow down the tempo if you feel like starting a little bit slower and then increasing the tempo with your practice. So I highly recommend to start a little bit slower and then increase the tempo gradually. So if I'm going now to play the same groove slightly faster, it's going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Alright, now after 8 bars of this groove, we are going to move to the second part of the groove, which is with the E9, the chord that we were playing even in the previous lessons of these chords. Now the E9 has the root note on the 7th fret of the A string, like this. And we are going to play exactly the same groove, but just with this chord. So it's going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. And we are going to play 8 bars of this E9 groove before going back to the main pattern. So if I play now the first and the second parts together, they're going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A, 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Change E9. Another 4 bars. One, 2, 3, 4, back to the main groove, etc. like this. Alright, so feel free to try this first, just with your guitar, and then you can try along with the backing tracks that we have on our website. When you play this triad, it's really important that your right hand, your picking hand, generally speaking, hits all of the strings, but your left hand or your fretting hand, it's going to mute the strings that you are not going to play. So as we said at the beginning of this video, we are only focusing on the second, third and fourth string. That means that your thumb should grab the neck in a way that you're actually muting two strings on top, the low E string and the A string. At the same time, your index in all of the positions that I showed you is going to mute inevitably the high E string at the bottom. So this is going to be the muted sound that you are going to get from the high E at the bottom, and on top you're going to have this sound, muted sound, because of your thumb on top when you grab your neck. Alright, so that's all even for this third lesson of the Funk Fundamentals course. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to check out all the other lessons that we have available here on YouTube. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video.